This is Bella Talks, and I am your host, Kay Bella, and I have a barber. He's known in the community for his mobile services. So I have the pleasure of having Mr. Dominique Kitchen on the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Appreciate you for having me.
I appreciate you reaching out to me. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm born and raised in Fort Myers, my community, and I do is I offer a mobile barber service. I've been doing it for like 2 years, and I just thought out the box. With how can I do something differently than everybody else in Fort Myers, and I just like, hey, instead of waiting for people to come to me, why not go to them? So that's why it came about. DK Mobile Cuts, and everything. And when I first did it, I got a lot of support, and it really sped ball into something great.
Okay. So I know you said that you do mobile, that you have people that you feel like, okay, instead of them coming to me, I'm gonna go to them. What made you want to do a mobile service? Why they just can't come to you?
Yeah, because I would sit around guys at King of Cuts, Pusher Target, Tang, good dudes. I sat around and I watched them, and eventually Tang went and got his own thing. He did Salt City, and also watching Sean Twin Cuts.
Yeah.
I talked to him, and he gave me advice on the journey. We had a one-on-one, and I'm like, how can I be different? It's easy to sit in the shop,
right?
What I want to do, for myself, and I'm like, hey, I tried to be in the shop with, Tang and everything,
right?
But like, I can't sit here and wait,
right?
Because it's not coming. So I'm like, hey, let me go to these people, and I'm like, hey, that's just how it all started. Like Mobile Cuts, I'm coming, or like you say, I could just be somewhere where if you don't want me, to come to your house, I set up somewhere else. But other than that, hey, I'll come to you.
So I really think that's a really good idea by you being a mobile barber, because a lot of people do not want to wait in the barbershop. A lot of people have busy lifestyles. They rather for the barber to come to them. That first class service, because a lot of celebrities have their barbers come to them to their house. I think that's like a really good thing that you're starting to do.
Yeah, I done been in businesses, guys with businesses, who within working, can't make it, or they getting off work late,
right,
or just busy. Like, I go, to offer the service and everything. So I wouldn't say celebrity, but it's just more of the service,
first class service
within, your busy schedule. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Who motivated you growing up?
Growing up, it was my granddad, man, and my granddad Charles, and we recently just lost him, and within my logo, it's like that was the actual picture. And my cousin took the picture, and I seen it when I was looking for a logo. Mm-hmm. I'm like, if I can get this in cartoon, or whatever, especially with him and it involving my other brothers, I'm like, he was living, and he basically had a hand on it. He seen it before anybody. The vision I have for my business, he was one that, okayed it, and he, really to see it. And but there's him, man. He was we all know God number one, but for me, that man, everybody in my family know, like, he was a major deal to me. So it was my granddad.
Okay. So he was like a big inspiration in your life. Was he a barber as well?
No, I got into it because before anything, I was a truck driver. Class A CDL driver. Okay. And I delivered, stuff, but my brother, he's on the picture, Ray, he got killed in an accident by a semi, the same truck I was driving.
Wow. So
it became uneasy. I'm like, how I'm gonna make this money, and just do something where, I could operate it in my time. And like I say, sitting around at King of Cuts with Tarek and them, I learned a lot by just sitting back looking. And Tang, he helped, give me game, technique skills, and like I say, talking to Sean, I always sat on it, but when that happened, I was uneasy of driving, so I'm like, let me do something different. So that's when I took on the mobile barber thing, and like I said, I just sat down with my granddad, and we talked about it. He gave my ideas, and once I told him I wanted to be the barber, he liked that.
Okay.
So ever since then, I just been going with it.
Awesome. So I have a question with the whole barber thing.
Mm-hmm.
Are you like one of those barbers that can like draw Mickey Mouse in people's hair? Are you one that like the old school like real crisp cut?
I wouldn't do no Mickey Mouse. It might look like a squirrel or something, but I might get Roscoe or something. But you know, I'm a new kid on the block. You know, I'm not coming in, you know, better than anybody or anything like that. You know, I still can learn a lot. You know, like I said, it's something fresh. I've been thinking about it for a while, but actually taking it on as a hobby. You know, I can cut, but I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm top tier and I can just draw anything. No, I never say that. So not right now. I still got a lot to learn. It's, you know, something I want and I have a passion for cutting, but it's also a business that I pay respect to the people I lost.
Right.
Just to speak on the logo a little bit, I was a witness to my oldest brother passing away on the side of Michigan in a horrible accident almost 20-something years ago.
Wow.
And the last colors I seen him in was red and black. So for me, you know, I was afraid of those colors, and you know, until I was like, hey, let me pay respect to my brother, red and black. Anytime you see me in red and black, it's just, you know, paying respect to my brother, because, like, you know, that situation is something that I don't wish on nobody, seeing a sibling pass away.
Right.
So for me, I just use like the color scheme to honor my brother William Brown. And like I say, the guy in there, my granddad, I'm cutting his hair, and my brother that's on my shirt, you know, those are three dudes that my family, you know, we all miss. And you know, that's what, by difference, it's just paying respect to my family for those guys that we lost. But you know, at the same time, just being able to tell their stories, put their face out there, just keeping their names and legacy alive. You know, it hurts, but you know, this is a coping mechanism for me as well.
Wow.
So, you know, that's the only thing I can say that's different is, you know, it's just, you know, paying homage and just showing respect to all my family, you know, within these guys or whatever. So other than that, I'm just a new kid on the block trying to earn a living. But other than that, this is basically a family-based business.
That's awesome. So you used something negative, what was something painful that went on in your life, and made it in something positive.
Yes, ma'am. To make every day to be better.
Right.
I may fail one day, I may fail 2-3 days in a row, but one of those days I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna pick myself up and, you know, just be able to put a shirt on and get those guys' faces out there, right, you know, and stuff like that. So, I mean, yes, it's definitely just a way of, you know, just showing love to my boys, to be honest, you know. But I definitely have a passion, but it's more so just paying respect to the ones that me and my family lost. So
your brothers and your grandfather would be pretty much your motivation for getting up, putting on your shirt for that logo, and going out doing your passion with cutting hair and putting their, you know, legacy out in the community.
Yeah, because, you know, like I said, I done been through a lot, and it is tough to get up on a daily basis motivated.
Right. Yes,
so,
it is.
You know, it's easy to fall into place, and that's when you have people who don't judge. They judge you. They don't want to be around you.
Right.
They don't understand what you're going through.
Exactly.
So it's like they'd rather just stay away from you. But for me, I do this so I can get up every day. I got my 2 kids. You know, I deal with a lot. So if I get up, you know, look at the logo and just be like, hey, I got to do this, got to do that. Just me getting up, seeing those guys' faces on my logo, my business, just give me motivation to go. You know, because, I mean, it's tough, and, you know, it's been a tough time for everybody, but that's, you know, like the motivation behind my business.
I love it. I really do love it. At least I know, like, when we look at your logo, there is motivation, there's a legacy, there's a purpose behind it, and that is amazing. Yeah. So it's not just like a logo that was catchy and fashion, it's actually a purpose, and that's what pretty much could say separates you from the rest. Yeah. You have a purpose behind your vision.
Yeah.
So would you say that by you doing that actually barbering would be therapeutic for you?
It could, because it take your mind off of daily stuff. But, you know, it's the personal relationships with the people.
Right.
I done met people who done lost a brother, or who just had somebody pass, and
so you're able to
I can talk about my people and who on my shirt, you know what I'm saying? And we can kind of relate and, you know, share kind of ideas and, you know, kind of relate
Right.
to, you know,
Right.
a lot of stuff. So I ran into a lot of that, you know, and that just conversation between me and the client, you know, there's, you know, stuff that, you know, people ask, oh, what then? Like, then they, you know, say something, or they'll come in and be like, man, guess, you know, just talking. So it's definitely a source of it, you know, because I try to keep my mind busy.
Right.
So when I meet, you know what I'm saying, I have these clients come, you know, we can talk, you know, giggle and everything, but also it is therapeutic because somebody else might be going through something familiar, and, you know, it's tough to talk to somebody if they haven't been through the same thing.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So with what I done been through, a lot of people probably never seen a loved one pass away.
Right.
A lot of people don't know what it feel like to see somebody you really care about take their last breath.
Right.
So for me, when I, you know, say what I done been through, a lot of people like, dang, I can only imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I say what I've been through, what I done seen, you know, with losing my siblings and stuff, it's like I do have people who come in and we have like a genuine conversation in the midst of getting a haircut, or, you know, everything like that. So yes, it can definitely be therapeutic.
So I like how you say that you kind of talk and have conversations with your customers. So one thing where we were talking about what separates you from the rest, that you're relatable. So when people come in, they know that they can have a conversation, they can sit down and talk to you. You guys are gonna have a good conversation, you guys are gonna be able to chop it up, versus going to a barber and just going in the chair, being quiet, getting a haircut, okay, you done. So it's pretty much like you're creating family through your passion.
Yeah. And, you know, it's more like a personal setting, because, you know, barbershop, you got 4, 5, 6 barbers, 20 people waiting.
Right.
So it's like a lot of talking, laughing, you know, but when it's one-on-one, that's when, you know, you really get those people who, if they, you know, I'm not gonna say everybody, but, you know, it's family, it's friends and family, you know, they'll, you know, talk about stuff and everything. And, you know, that's the thing I like about it, because it could be an outlet for me to express how I feel, share my story about my people as well, you know, but also be that person to be like, hey, I've been through this, but I'm still pushing.
Right.
I'm not perfect. I try every day. It's tough every day to get up and just walk out the door.
Exactly.
Because like, I mean, anybody out here, you see somebody you care about pass away, you can't tell me you'll be normal.
Exactly.
So like for me, it's like this business is a way for me to cope, but also motivate myself daily. Just if somebody else could be like, dang, you seeing all that? I thought I was going through this, but you done been way worse. So like, I need to just tighten up.
Yeah, and you still able to keep going.
You get what I'm saying? That'll push me, even though I may have been through something worse. But it helps somebody realize like, hey, I don't have it as bad as you do.
Right.
So I've gotten that too, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's, like I say, it's cool, you know. So I say it's more so like, you know, personal settings and everything. That's when you get those talks. Well, you know, just you and the client.
Right.
So, you know, that's what I like about it. It don't always be that, but, you know, I do have ones that, you know, come in and just want to have just a genuine conversation or something. So yeah. Cool.
Okay. So how can people get in contact with you for your services?
I'm on Facebook, Dominique Kitchen. You can inbox me at phone number area code 754-368-4855. Or I'm on Instagram too, DK Mobile Cuts.
I will have his handles on the bottom of the screen, so everything he said, you'll be able to see it on the screen if you would like to get in contact with him. If you have any words to say to young Dominique, what would it be?
I thought about it for a long time. If I had to speak to my younger self, I'd tell myself, keep pushing. It's gonna get tougher, just keep pushing.
Yeah.
Don't let the weight of the world hold you back from being great. Just keep pushing, staying focused. You know, and that's just what I learned personally, you know, what I done been through. So that's definitely what I tell my younger self. Just keep pushing and try to stay positive through it all, no matter good or bad.
Perfect. If you had any words for Bella Talks, what would it be?
I appreciate it, because, you know, I got an escort here, you know, I mean, I like this. I reached out to you. You know, I reached out to you, and, you know, when we talked, I'm like, you know, I didn't want to, you know, give a little brief scenario on my business, and I thank you for, you know, allowing me to, you know, use your platform to express myself, because I never done this before.
Well, I am very honored that you reached out to me to do this, and I'm honored that I'm the first one that you are doing this with. So I feel like
I've never been the type to, you know,
express
speak on
and
personal,
speak.
because, you know, not every ear is a listening ear.
Of course not.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, this for me, you know, like, you know what I'm saying, it's me, you know what I'm saying, I've been going through a lot, so, you know, I was like, hey, you know, let me start being more vocal. Yeah, I got a business and everything, I just need to be more vocal. So I think what was City J?
Mm-hmm.
I seen that and I was like, damn, let me hit up Coco, you know, whatever. And like I said, you definitely said yeah, and I definitely appreciate you for accepting, you know, the time and conversation that I want to have.
Well, I appreciate you for reaching out, and I want to gift you with a Bella Talk shirt. I appreciate you for being on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to give you a shirt to say thank you for coming, because I know you're a busy guy. I know you got a lot of heads to do. Do you have any other words that you want to say to Bella Talks?
Just in general, just, you know, no matter what, keep pushing. You know, every day gonna be a struggle for all of us. Just keep pushing, keep God first. And I definitely recommend anybody out there, you know, if you want to voice your opinion, talk about your business, anything. Hey, I got an escort coming in here, so y'all might want to go holler at Bella now. You know, she I liked it. You know, she show love and it's nice. So I definitely appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Well, I am K Bella, and this is Dominique, and this is Bella Talks.